welcome to another episode of The Bill. The Bill Pod. There you go. What's going on?
Are we going to be old men doing that?
Yeah, we are.
Cheers.
Cheers. I got a little, what are we doing? I don't want to touch your food. Doing a little taste of the valley here, Bert, you know? How was that? The meatball sub.
Perfect. I'll tell you what, quality of bread is so important.
It is, isn't it? In a relationship.
If
know?
a bread in a relationship is laughter. Like if you can laugh with your partner, that's the bread. A bread is the delivery system.
I love when people get philosophical about just
Good
like
bread.
I'll let you go.
Good bread can make or break a sandwich. Have you ever had one of those breads on those ciabattas? Is it ciabattas?
Oh, that thing.
Ciabattas, where it's hard as fuck. You bite in and everything squirts out the back.
Terrible.
Yeah. I had the best sandwich I ever had in my entire life. It was in Vietnam. They made it a street vendor. She had like a hot dog cart, and she would make it on a sterno and in like a bowl. She would do a fried egg, but the bread, everything inside the sandwich was mediocre. The bread was so crisp. It was so fluffy.
Did you tell her that?
I told her this is the best sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. Oh, I kept saying, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. Like, this is the greatest thing I've ever had. And I would go out, we'd go to bars at night after we wrapped.
Were you scaring her because she was so much bigger than her?
I was following her around, and I was like, hey, where are you going to be later? And she was like, didn't know English, and I'd have to get my TT, my translator, to be like, he needs to know where you're going to be. And I would clean her out. I'd say, start making sandwiches. I'll see you in an hour. And then I'd buy all the sandwiches. Like, they were like 50 cents a sandwich. I'd buy all the sandwiches and bring them back to the bar and just start handing out sandwiches.
Is that why they're so in shape over there? They just buy one little 50-cent sandwich, and then you come over as an American and spend like $12.50?
Oh, everything over there is so clean. It's like, but it's the fucking bread, man. This is great bread.
I just want to hear an American go somewhere and be like, you know what, that place fucking sucked compared to Albuquerque.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot. Travel with my daughters.
Oh, they say that?
They're like, why is the Burger King sandwich black?
Yeah, you can't go do American shit when you go over there.
Oh, yeah.
Have you gone to Scandinavia? Mm-hmm. That's like the TGI Fridays is like the spot when I was there. It was like it turns into like a nightclub at night. It was a completely different
like
thing.
Richmond, Virginia.
or it was just because they were so good looking that it looked like a nightclub to me. It was probably just the TGI Fridays, but they were all blonded, blue-eyed. I was like, look at them.
We went to a strip club in Scandinavia, and I thought it would be all just tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. Same here. It's just Russian prostitutes.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's like Eurotrash, like the exact same people that work at strip clubs here work at strip clubs there. It was really a letdown.
Did you start complaining?
Does
the same sex trafficker does he supply every strip club out here? Jesus Christ. How about switching it up every once in a while? Jesus Christ. If I see one more Russian woman enslaved in the sex industry, I'm going to lose.
Sex trafficking is the same anywhere you go.
Yeah. It's always a Russian woman. And I'll tell you right now, I don't have any more euros for that, right? Is that what you're saying?
They don't have any mom and pop strip clubs.
Oh, yeah. They just had a lot of daughters. And they just rolled with it?
No.
Is that what you mean?
No, like a strip club with a thumbprint, you know, like where you go, like this sandwich. Where did you get this sandwich?
Right down on the corner, this Italian place.
Yeah.
And I was nervous when I walked in because there was nobody in there, and they were playing Frank Sinatra music, and I was like, they're trying too hard. I mean, they already got the red and white, you know. He doesn't something, and she does this. She's got a big twat that I'm gonna kiss. It's the 1940s. I'll leave her on the side of the road.
I can still hit her. She talks back.
Yeah, and I was just going, this is I wasn't even going to join in on the misogyny. Yeah, and I thought, I don't know about this, but I got 4 stars on the food. What do you got? Yelp.
I love Yelp.
Dude, I could tell your voice went down there.
I
love Yelp, let me tell you. That fucking Yelp. Oh, there you are, you fucking whore.
I used to take pride in my Yelp reviews. I would write reviews for sandwiches I had, like really lengthy ones, like 1,000 words.
Can I see those, please?
I swear to God.
And then you just wing it on stage? I don't work on my act, but let me tell you something. I get a sandwich in Vietnam, I'm giving you 1,000 fucking words.
If you find,
I got arrested for stalking in Vietnam. That's how good that 50-cent sandwich
it's
was.
got to be Burt Kreischer or Burt K. There's a picture of me. I'll tell you, one of them that I just remember pretty aggressively was a bacon, egg, and, no, it was a BLT in, I think, Traverse, Michigan. It was one of the best. I still think about
Find
that.
that, I want to read it.
I still think about that fucking BLT. She put an egg on it for me. She goes, and it wasn't on the menu, the egg, but she came out and she goes, I looked at you, I figured you'd want an egg. And I went, oh, woman, you know me better than my wife.
That's pretty amazing.
Mm.
I looked at you and I knew you wanted an egg. I don't understand how people who live on the coast don't see how awesome the states are in between, the way they call them flyover.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I was in the middle of Mississippi. I got this sandwich called the Boxcar Willie. I was full for like 3 days.
The Boxcar Willie?
I swear to God. Well, first of all, I looked up. I was in Mississippi, so we were on our way down to New Orleans. We were going to the LSU Clemson game, the championship game. Not to brag, but I was there. And so I just looked up soul food or something. I figured, Mississippi, it's the South, right? They still don't interact with black people, so I figured it would be the pure soul food down there. And this thing was advertised as soul food, and it wasn't. It was all white people. It was more just like home cooking. You want some gravy on that? It was like that shit. And it was the middle of the day, and the lady was a sweetheart. She's like, what would y'all like to drink? I was like, I'd like a root beer. She go, wait, we don't have root beer. We got Dr. Pepper. And I love that because like Dr. Pepper and root beer are two completely different things. So I was trying to think like what is the overlap? And it's a weird soda order. That's what that is.
It's a brown zesty thing. Like I can make the connection between Dr. Pepper and root beer.
Can you write 1,000 words on it?
Probably.
It's a brown zesty thing.
Dr. Pepper.
Isn't that what you wanted to see in that strip club when you went in there in Scandinavia?
Mm.
What's with the blonde, blue-eyed? I'd like to see a brown zesty thing.
I wanted it to not be.
Jesus Christ, you fucking wolfed that
I can't
down.
help it, man. I was so hungry.
I look at you barefoot like you're fucking Jesus or something. Trucker Jesus over here.
I wanted an authentic strip club experience. Everyone's cool with like holding on to the mom and pop restaurants and markets and whatnot. When it comes to strip clubs, they were the first card that fell where they're like, just globalize them, just make them all the fucking same. Go to Target. It's
How many of you, like, where else have you been
a lot
to
of fucking strip clubs.
Fuck that. You went to Vietnam strip club and there was a bunch of Russian chicks in there?
No, I didn't go to a Vietnam strip club.
You're too busy eating.
I've been to a Russian strip club.
Too busy stalking that sandwich lady.
But strip clubs around the country are the same. Like you don't go to a strip club in like Omaha and it's just a bunch of corn-fed country girls like, well, shucks, like you don't get that anymore.
Right. Well, shucks.
Oh, shucks. Oh, you don't take your pecker out?
What? Looks like an ear of corn. Now, when you went to Russia and you went to a titty bar there, were there a bunch of moms in the crowd crying?
No, that place was aggressive. That place and South Africa are the two places where I was like, when I went to the strip club in Russia, the girl said, when you walked in, do you want no touch or full touch? And I was like, who the fuck?
No touch.
I go, who the fuck gets no touch?
I do. Get the fuck away from me.
I didn't know.
You filthy fucking hands.
I didn't know that she was touching me. I thought she meant if I could touch her, like touch her tits.
Oh, I
touch.
immediately took it as that.
I looked at the other way, and she went in and just started to grab my dick. I go, no touch, no touch.
Yeah, no touch.
You touching me. Oh, it's
Dude, I remember one time I went to a titty bar in Tijuana. One of the worst things I ever did as an American. Let me go down to this country that we're suppressing, and then like I went in there, right?
In a titty club in Tijuana.
So this lady came. It was so fucking shady. This is such a gross story, but I already started it. So there was all these guys. I just thought it was a titty bar, right?
Yeah.
But there was like full on touching, and there was these guys who were sitting up in the front, and the girl put her tits, and the guys would like motorboat her and stuff, and she pulled back, and there was glistening of the last guy's like saliva on it. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then this lady came up, this senorita, came up to me, and she asked me if I wanted a lap dance. I just felt everyone was looking at me. I didn't want to cause any waves, so just like, yeah, see. So I go there. The fucking song started, right? And she just took my hand and started moving it towards her fucking cavernous vagina. And I just went like, no, I have a girlfriend. And she died laughing and was like, to her friend, I have a girlfriend. And they fucking laughed at me. I was just like, I want to get the fuck out of here. That was one of the worst things I was there for about 2 hours. We drove down to see it. I can't even remember if we drove. I think we parked. We walked across the border. We went there. You saw everybody looking at you like, fuck you, you fucking American piece of shit. And you just felt like it was like Bourbon Street times like a million. Whenever I'm on Bourbon Street at night, I always feel like if I'm cool on this street, if I make a left or a right off one of these side streets, you will never see me again.
That is Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Dude, strip clubs were such a part of being a Floridian because Florida strip clubs were so intense. When we had...
Can you say Floridian again?
Floridian.
I'm supposed to do this because it's Valentine's. I love that, Bert.
We were full-blooded tampons. And so...
Oh, boy.
So there's a Catholic holiday that we would celebrate, and what it meant was you had a half-day Friday. All you had to do was go to Mass. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school. So Thursday night, everyone went to the strip clubs. There was a strip club on Kennedy. I can't remember the name of it.
What, you could go to a strip club in high school?
Oh, yeah. Well,
What was the age limit?
It had to be 18, but if you went to Kinko's, you could get ID cards and just fill it out, and they'd put whatever age you wanted on there. So we all put 21, and then I was smart. I put 18 so that I could just get in. So I was also 18 in senior year. So we go to a strip club on Kennedy, and one of my buddies, the stripper's on stage, and one of my buddies, everyone's like giving her money, and she opens her legs, and she's like, come on. And he's like, what? He's like, come on. And he goes in, and he starts eating her.
No! Oh, my God.
And we're just like, but we're brand new to strip clubs.
That's like going into a bathroom and licking the faucet handle.
And
oh, my God.
She backs
Bert, I'm not
away.
done eating yet.
She backs away, and he starts going, she let me eat her pussy. She let me eat her pussy. So I'm at the part, the song's changed, and he just goes, she lets everyone eat her pussy.
Oh, my God, dude.
We were crying, laughing. And this poor guy's like, everyone eats your pussy. We're like, yeah, what the fuck? You think she saw something special in you?
Dude, you can do that in Florida?
Oh, dude, this was 1989.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
This is
The
a different
80s.
fucking world.
Yeah, no cell phones.